Alright guys, here we go. Final game of the night. I even get a co-caster for this one. Hi Lucid.
Don't think. Devastating. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. There we go. It's potty break time. Don't mind us. Alright, so we get actual captain's mode this time.
Ban.
Oh god, battle break, right? Means we got a good 15 minutes before we finish the bans and picks.
Dire's ban.
Yeah, that's are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now. So, starting out, they're banning out the Bat Rider, they're banning out the Doom. Pretty sure they
10
banned out
seconds to
Doom
pick.
last time, and I wasn't exactly thrilled with it then either.
5 seconds remain.
Now, Doom's always one of those picks that
Radiance ban.
I mean, I can go either way on. Really, it's fun to see him sometimes, and other times it's just, man, such a gold rush that it almost seems unfair.
Oh, come on, don't you just want to stand around going, Doom! Doom, 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 doom.
Only 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm all about the Midas pickup with him.
5
where's the
seconds.
fun in
Hurry,
that?
hurry.
Some Midas. Everybody buys them
Reserve time.
nowadays. I think I've even seen a Midas on a Disruptor.
Dire's turn
That's
to make
actually
all
very
the wrong
sadly true.
choices.
Now, what I was really thrilled about with last game was the Medusa pickup. I'm not sure how you felt about that.
Radiant team are now
I knew it
picking.
was going to be trouble. I knew it was
I've
even going to
seen
be
so
worse
few
trouble when they
Medusas.
didn't shut her down.
Well, that's very true. I've just seen so
Radiant
few of those,
team
and
pick.
it's not anything that we actually get to see in Captain's mode ever. That it was nice and refreshing to see the draft pickups on this in this tournament.
Oh, yeah. I was actually hoping they had it originally set up for all sorts of wacky. I wanted to see an all-random finals. I would have loved to have cast that. Of course, I was watching a couple of the games that, during some of our breaks where we had buy
Only
games.
10 seconds.
Some of the gamer guys were playing
5 seconds.
that
Hurry,
all-random
hurry.
deathmatch. Oh god, that looks so much fun. I can't wait to cast that.
Reserve time.
I actually haven't seen that. What's the all random death match? Is it just all mid?
No. It's imagine playing all random, but after so many deaths or so, you
Diet
change heroes.
pick.
It's a new random hero.
Oh dear God, this must happen.
Oh, it was awesome. I was dying laughing the entire time watching their game. I was like, oh, I can't wait to cast this.
I can only imagine.
Alright, so finishing up the bans, they ban out Mirana, they ban out the Treant. I've seen Treant banned a lot recently. I mean,
10 seconds to pick.
they haven't really done a huge amount of buffing to him, so I was kind of like, okay, something's changed
5
in how people
seconds
treat
remain.
him. I mean, it's nice.
Reserve time.
I've been curious about that as well. I was telling my my watchers in the first game that I have actually taken about a month off so I can be really surprised when the International 4 hits as far as meta's concerned. But it doesn't look like a whole lot's actually changed with it.
Dire's ban.
Treant's still getting banned and picked up every once in a while. I think one of the last games I watched about a month ago, Brewmaster was like the in thing. And Lycan was on his way out after the 8.1 patch, so it's been interesting to see these pickups here because
Only
they're
10
very
seconds.
standard, very powerful. But
Oh
they
yeah,
seem
well,
rather standard.
Disruptor has been making a nice charge into the scene lately
Radiance ban.
as a fairly common support. And he has a lot of versatility, and he hasn't had a huge amount of buffs. I think he's got,
Dire's ban.
medium amount, nothing like, oh my god, game changing, now he's broke. So I think it's just more the fact that because they fixed the money problem with supports, some of the hard to farm supports
10
like
seconds to
Disruptor have a hard time getting that money to get some of the items
5 seconds
are now being
remain.
experimented more with, and people are finding out they can get pretty nasty since they have a steady income
Reserve time.
with just the reliable gold.
That's extremely
Radiance
true. Now,
ban.
riddle me this, Batman. I understand the Naga,
Radiant's
I understand the
turn to
Tinker,
run is
but a
screwed up.
silencer ban? Has he been seeing a lot of meta?
Silencer is nasty if played right.
Dire
He
team
does a
are
very
picking.
good job of shutting down any team fight options people might have. Like, say you have a big hero that his spell is the thing, like a witch doctor. A silencer shuts that down completely. Because every time witch doctor is spotted, silence. Shut up. And then the global silence doesn't even matter if he's even in the team fight. The global silence was shut down.
10
a channeled ult.
seconds to pick.
I'm wondering what these last 2 picks are going to be for them then,
5 seconds.
or
Hurry,
if it was maybe
hurry.
just a safety for the Brewmaster. And the Lich, I mean, safe pick,
Reserve
great ult.
time.
Yeah, I mean, silencer could have done a lot of damage for the witch doctor and the Brewmaster. Global silence could stop the primal split before he gets started on it. And, a lot of people don't primal split until he's dying. So you save that last couple of seconds, nail him with the silence, and then finish him off before the silence is up.
That is very true. Now, Lycan, I know we got some nerfs here at this point to bring him down a couple notches here. What are we expecting to see with him? Because Disruptor leaves a lot of options open for him as far as being able to get inside of maybe a kinetic field. Ooh, Darkseer.
Darkseer is a
Radiant
great
team
combo with
pick.
that. Lycan's the best chase him down no matter what. So he's not there for the team fight. He's there for the cleanup afterwards.
Dire
So-
team are now picking.
He's going to spend most of his time in the jungle or in a lane just kind of getting the basic level of farm, like an alchemist. But when the fight comes down to it, he's going to stand on the edges of it, ult, and chase around anything that gets low. I mean, the damage that he can kick out is insane, and they just can't get away from him once he ults.
So, Faceless Void.
Only 10
One
seconds.
of my personal favorite heroes ever since the international one, and original
5
Dota. Just used to
seconds.
play him a
Hurry,
lot
hurry.
here. I'm rather excited about this, especially considering all the
Reserve
AoE
time.
the Darkseer and Disruptor bring in here, and then pair it up with Lich and Witch Doctor. Like, this is going to be a huge AoE look-like game here at this point.
Yeah, a lot of AoE. Faceless Void's very nice. I like his Chronosphere. I'm a support player. I can't play carry to save my life.
Radiance back.
So, I like him, but he has to be utilized correctly because his ult is so dangerous as it could trap some of your guys in the bad spot
Dire's ban.
while also allowing you to trap the enemy. So, he's one of those heroes that
Radiant team are
if
now
you don't
picking.
play him well, he can be good or bad for the team.
Yeah, I've ruined a couple couple games rather, not even just team fights. Good lord, at this point with Faceless Voids. Hopefully, we'll see some awesome Chronospheres paired up with maybe, who knows, a full-on bouncing Lich ult. You never know.
Oh, especially once he
Only
gets that
10
scepter and it
seconds.
bounces forever. Actually, I have not seen
5
this in a while. I
seconds,
saw it
5
as soon as the
seconds.
patch
Hurry,
got
hurry.
done. But stacking the Ancients with his
Reserve
ult
time.
is actually a very nice little trick. And I've only seen it once since the patch in an actual game I've casted. So
With Faceless?
no, with Lich's ult.
Interesting.
I
suppose
think they
never would
patched
consider
that and get rid of it, but I can't guarantee it.
I
Now-
almost hope not. I really want to see that at this point.
Jakiro is a fun hero. Have you seen him since he got that scepter upgrade?
I actually haven't. I, like yourself, am more of a support player, and I need words. That's all
That-
it amounts to, really.
that
that
Jakiro-
ult I really want to see.
When he throws down that fire, it goes from tower to tower. It is
Yeah,
insane.
if I don't see a scepter on him this game, I'm going to be highly disappointed at this point, because you telling me tower to tower gets me all giddy inside.
I mean, I suck at Jakiro, but you throw that down, you've about cleared a lane. It's
So
insane.
one of the other interesting things with him, his change to liquid fire. I remember that they changed it. I forget what the significance in
And-
that change was.
It no
however.
longer does the initial damage, it is a slow burn damage over time. It still does the same amount of damage, it's just now a damage over time instead
10
of a
seconds to pick.
instant damage.
Admiral Concar.
So it gives you time to get a
Dark
tango
team
running,
pick.
is pretty much how it goes.
Fair enough, fair enough. I like the Kunkka pick out here. If I remember properly, I saw
That is a lot of
casted a
whack
Kunkka
'em up. Now you look here at I want to make sure. Yeah, it is Radiant at the bottom. You look at that lineup. They've got Faceless, Kunkka, and Brewmaster. Those are 3 heavy hitter, hard to kill heroes.
Only 10 seconds.
Backed up with decent supports between Lich and Witch Doctor.
5 seconds.
I'm kind of curious of
remaining.
what the Dire's going to do about this, because they've got to have something that's going to
see-
survive the
Time.
beatings.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it. I kind of see either the Dire team melting all at once, or all of these alts just completely getting wasted. Kunkka miss a ghost ship, Faceless Void misplant the Chronosphere, and heaven forbid, Lich alt
10
goes
seconds
to
to
nowhere.
pick.
Then
Phantom
all that
Assassin
damage
would be
is gone.
beautiful here.
5 seconds remain.
Dragon Knight.
Oh, well, the Dragon Knight's okay, I guess.
that's a good safe
Team
pick, though.
now.
It is. I just think the blur coming in with the Phantom Assassin would be beautiful. Alright, I like to start off on the Dire side, naming off these 4 people that play this game. Got Railgun hanging out on Lycon.
Is
Big
everyone
Papa's got
ready?
the Dragon Knight. Come here, Jakiro, you know how to escape. We've got Ryan Noob on the Kiro. Marikan on the Darkseer. Miles has the Disruptor, and they have a Courier. It's the Enduring War Dog. Flipping over to the Radiant side, starting on nice little purple guy. Go ahead.
Oh, let's see. We got Reality playing Brewmaster going on top lane here. Mid gonna be Kunkka. Go figure. Played by 23. And Chrysalid going to join up with this Brewmaster playing the Lich. Over on bottom side here, or side, good lord, it's been an evening. We've got Barney playing the Faceless Void, and Ceylon? I believe it's
30
Ceylon.
seconds
Who
to
knows, I
video
should have asked him,
games.
but he's playing on the
30
Witch
seconds.
Doctor.
Yay, Witch Doctor, we loved you! Alright, so Dire's already landed out a couple of wards. They're trying to watch these basic spots. I like to see... Nice. Barney's wide awake right now. How do you think these lanes are going to work out?
I'm not entirely sure, honestly, at this point. I think
digital
the
sports.
Lich on the tri-lane, or against this tri-lane top, is going to be a great thing. They're really going to have to make sure they're doing a lot of pulls to actually get back all that extra XP.
I think he's going to be great. The Darkseer on the bottom, though, is the safest one, I think, when it comes to solo.
Regeneration.
If he really plays it right, the Faceless Void won't be getting a whole lot of farm at this point.
Yeah, I think last game we watched a very similar... Oh, maybe it was the game before. We watched a very similar situation where Darkseer just enjoyed all the free farm he could get. And there's really nothing anyone could do to stop him.
No, yeah, plant him in between the tier 1 and 2 towers and watch as all of your farm disappears.
Now, I don't know, what do you think is going to be more active? This tri-lane or the solo on the bottom against the duel?
I'm almost thinking the solo, and you even said that. I think this mid is probably going to be the most active at this point. 2 melees against each other, the torrents going off. If I'm remembering, it was 23 that played a Kunkka in one of the first games I cast tonight, and it just is awesome at Kunkka.
Well, I guess we're not going to have any missed boats then, huh?
I hope not. If that was him earlier, and I'm having trouble remembering, if it was him, he landed literally every single boat that he had in that game. Perfect
Nice.
torrents, perfect X marks the spots on top of him. I mean, it was a thing of beauty.
Well, isn't that the only way to do it? Now, good thing to notice here, now in the casting client, you can scroll out and see about a very large chunk of the map. It is beautiful. Makes it really nice when you're
computer does
watching
not like
these.
that.
Oh, mine loves it. It allows you to see this tri-lane battle
Nice.
so beautifully, though. Like, I can see them doing both pull camps while doing the lane at the same time without having to do anything funny with the camera to make this happen. I mean, it definitely allows you should not miss much. I can't tell you how many
Actually,
times
you're right.
I've missed kills behind the tree line because they slip behind a tree line while I'm watching the fights under the tower, and someone gets picked off. Oh, they've got a shag bark on the Radiant side, running around like a good little kitten.
Give me one moment here. I gotta reactivate my audio interface. This thing is causing you to sound like a Dalek.
A Dalek? Oh, I'm moving up in the world. I tell you, it's crazy.
Double
Not
damage.
on my watch.
I will give you this though. The Dire is doing a very good job of keeping those last hits up. Uh-oh. Oh, run, Jakiro, run! Run, don't let him touch you in the butt. In the butt. The butt. You're gonna get that. First blood. Yeah, baby. Brewmaster got him some fun.
Well, that was
Uh-oh. That didn't work out the way he wanted.
Double slaying.
Lycan gets pulled back, or Brewmaster gets pulled back and takes out the Lycan too. Not exactly what he wanted to do with that glimpse. Jakiro's in position to try to keep pressure on him. Wants to just putting that pressure down, making sure they have nowhere else really to go. Torrents are going down on the mid as they fight. Just kind of a man fight going on right here.
denied.
That whole, I can do it. No, I can do it. Uh-oh, regen rune. Spotted out by the Lich. Kunko likes those. He's got uses for them. And go ahead and put use to it almost immediately. Let's keep the pressure on the Dragon Knight. Bottle Crow's sit. Gotta make sure he keeps them all moving very nicely.
No.
Oh, Torrent's going off! Dragon Knight's playing the nice little game. Meanwhile, Darkseer's still playing it safe. Got a Soul Ring and is just spamming out those Ion Shells over and over again on the Faceless Void. Actually forcing Witch Doctor to fire off his heal just to help the Faceless Void. Darkseer's doing a very good job keeping this pressure going. Constantly going. Now, flipping back over here to the top. We have Brewmaster hanging out, doing his little thing. Not really getting very far, but he's trying his best. Got the Drunken Brawler up. Got the Drunken Haze. Thunderclap is up and ready to go, and he's thinking about trying to pick somebody off. Giro spots him out, though. Steps back safely and isn't going to take any real damage. And come on, guys, you can do it. Dragon Knight needs to. Oh, up in the air. There you go. Toss out a little fire. Makes everyone feel better.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Oh, Darkseer getting kind of low. Got to be careful here. Doesn't even have enough to get out of there safely.
I thank you.
He's still going to risk it, though. Kind of chancing a little there. Paralyzing Cast is up. Could absolutely be a pain in the butt for him. But working out well for him. Dragon Knight's going to pick himself up an Invis rune. Already has his Elder Dragon form. And it is the upgraded, fancy, immortal one. Lycan is not doing as well against this Brewmaster as he'd want to be. Trying to get his farm up. Don't know how well it's going to work out for him. Dragon Knight is doing his job, though. Staying ahead of everybody on that farm. But unfortunately, they need Lycan to join in on that. Brewmaster's doing his job, making sure he gets every bit of farm he can. There they go. They want to shut down this Brewmaster now, and now's the time to do it. Nice cleanup. Picked him out very well. And they're going to use this time to go ahead and push on this tower. Dragon Knight coming around. Gonna go ahead and start putting some damage down on it. Knows he can get away with the corrosive Brett. Really just keep that damage going. Liquid
Radiant's
fire
top
coming down
tower is
behind
being
it.
attacked.
Just gonna really allow them to push very hard. Brewmaster's in position,
Dire's middle
wants to
tower
drive
is
them
being
back,
attacked.
but between
Radiant's
these two
top
dragons
tower is
working on
under
this
siege.
tower, there is not going to be much that
Radiant
they can do to
structures
stop
are
it.
fortified. Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Dragon Knight's got a few more seconds left of the dragon form. Not really sure which way he's going to go with it, but he's got to get in there and push out where he can. Picks himself up some power treads, switches him over, and just kind of takes it easy at this point. He knows he can't go over there and take the tower now, but they did a fair amount of damage to it, so now next time they come through, they should be able to push that tower all the way out with Jakiro and just doing his liquid breath. Trap Jakiro, not letting him out, not until after you TP. Always important. Lycan is in a good spot, but Brewmaster is almost level 6, and once he hits that level 6, we're going to see a whole different thing on this fight. Darkseer trying his best to clear every bit of this lane down here. Pricey's not doing a lot better with his farm. He is doing okay, but Faceless Void is staying right up there with him. Not really running the risk, but definitely trying to keep the damage going. Here comes Disruptor coming around on the backside. They want to shut down. Oh! They are shutting him down if they can. Nice, good clean off. Uh-oh. Looks like they might even get themselves a nice lich back here. You can try to get out of there safely. Not going to risk it any farther. No support wars going on. Pick up their stuff. Walk away safely.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Oh, denied towers. We hate denied towers. Here comes the 3-me game. Comes in, goes straight after the Jakiro. Unfortunately, Ice Path does very little for him. Wolves are doing what they can, but Brewmaster is diving in as hard as he possibly can on this. Lycan's trying to get away. Looks like he's going to make it fairly safely, but not the kind of damage he wanted to be doing there. Definitely got pushed harder than he wanted. Now, meanwhile, Darkseer is now ahead of the Faceless Void. Imagine what happens if there's a fight. Look, I lost my co-caster tonight. So, let's get back into it, eh? Right, Disruptor's on the run. Hanging out in the mid lane. Knows he's got to keep the pressure on. Dragon Knight is in spot, pushing the pressure out. Uh-oh! Damage is going down. They want to take out Darkseer. They are not able to do it, though.
I knew they could.
He is coming in right behind it, trying to take him out. Does get a good clean out. Going to get taken out, but
Earth is a promise. Death.
1 for 1. No big specials. Hi, Lucid.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? So,
Radiant's middle tower is
here we
being
go. We've got
attacked.
Lycan hanging out over here trying to fight Brewmaster. Not really sure how well this is going to work out for him. He's been having a very hard time. Using the wolves actually to deny the minions. We'll see how well this is going to work out for him. He needs to put the pressure on Brewmaster so he doesn't get out of control, but not really sure if this is going to work out the way he wants it to. Jakiro's hiding in the bushes. Wants to get a shot off. Has Acropire skilled, but no mana to do it. Disruptor's also in a good position. They might be thinking about taking out this Faceless Void.
Dire's middle
Ice
tower
Path
taking
is ready
damage.
on Jakiro. But now is the time to do it. Dragon Knight's rotated down the bottom. We've got 4. They're going to go ahead and put the pressure on this
Dire's
tower.
middle tower is
And they want to
being
shut
attacked.
down this tower. They know there's not much they can do to stop this. And
Radiant's
between
bottom
both
tower
dragons,
under
that
fire.
tower will drop.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Link dagger finally up on.
Wow, that really worked out hard against them. They've got to figure out how they want to deal with these fights. Having a hard time dealing with this over and over again. So much damage is going down. Kuro does not look like he's going to make it out of this safely. Gets cleaned out very easily. But looks like they had a buyback to get back in that fight.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
We'll see how well that works out for him in the long run.
Beautiful thing though is Lycan
Radiant have fortified their towers. Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, he's been doing a very good job of making sure every opportunity he gets where Brewmaster walks away, he's been taking it and using it as best he can.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
So what do we see at this point? We've got Brewmaster with the Blink Dagger up. He should be going Ags, correct?
Yes, it's usually the next step, unless he's got a different function on what he wants to do with him. But 90% of the time, he goes straight for it. No slowdown. Blink into Ags and just eat everybody alive. Just the damage and skills that come out of it once you have that are so good. There he goes, blinking in, thundering. Does so much damage. Macropyres goes down, but Faceless Void coming in, using that Chronosphere.
Dire's middle tower.
They see, there goes that fire guy. Just eats him alive.
I return to the grasslands.
The fire bear does so good. Now the only thing left is Dragon Knight. He's got to figure out how he wants to deal with this fight. Brewmaster's just got so much versatility, so much mischance on him, that unless you're going to nuke him to death, you're just not going to be able to take him down. It's an unfortunate thing, but it is. You've got to nuke him, or you're not going to make it.
I think the dire side is going to have to deal with making sure that they don't let Chronosphere separate them out, and then also find themselves running straight into a boat. They have so many ways to split the fight up in their favor that it's really quite scary. That there's really one or two ways that they can go. And
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Oh yeah, absolutely a situation that can cause them all sorts of troubles.
Radiant's middle tower has
Hey Lucy, could you turn up your mic a little? So they're trying to pick this fight. They want to dive in on it. They just really can't get into position. They stop the... oh, there's the Brewmaster diving right back in again. They want to dive on him. Dragonite is soaking up the damage. Here comes... oh, we've got a Lycan. He's at full run. He's going to try to clear out everyone he can. Goes in, diving in on the Brewmaster, and picks him off also. Worked out very well for him there towards the end.
All right, how's that sounding?
Much better.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Beautiful. I'm not eating my mic anymore either.
It's such a pain when you do. Lycan's going to go ahead and pick out yet another tower. There goes the Chronosphere, though. They wanted to pick that fight. If they can get the Lycan out of there, it's going to be good for them. Oh, beautiful Ice Path to save him. No follow-ups. Definitely allowing him to escape out of that fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
I have to say, Ryan Noob on this Jakiro is doing so much work for this team to make sure that they are either getting kills or getting
top tower
away
is
without
under
dying.
siege.
It's really impressive.
Oh, yes. And he's got a fair chunk of change saved up. The good thing to notice here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Scepter come out of him eventually. With that kind of chunk change staying around. Big Papa's starting to work on that Black King bar. Wants to make sure that they're not going to be locking him down anymore.
So the golden experience graphs are pretty interesting right now because gold is completely favoring the Dire by about 2,000, and the reverse for Radiant XP, they're up about 4K. So really making a good use out of this all this farm that they're getting.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
And I suppose at this point it's just tower gold, isn't it?
Oh yes. Just towers being taken down has really been helping keep that money coming in. Now they've got to start converting that into kills and farm. Which, I mean, it's not impossible to do. But Faceless Void just picked up his Maelstrom. They're going to have a hard time staying up with his farm.
Now, is this an instance where Faceless Void goes straight into the Mjolnir? Or do we get...
Yeah, I expect to see Master Madness and the Mjolnir and just use it to wreck people's faces.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They lose a mid tower, no real
Dire's
loss to
middle tower
them.
taking damage.
They there's no way they were going to save that, so they just took it back nice and easy. Unfortunately, though, you look, Lycan and Disruptor are in a very bad spot coming up here. They don't see it coming. Oh yes, the zoom out. Look at that. They are all invis coming around on the backside. Smoke wears away because Disruptor's in the trees. Disruptor spots them out, just barely hiding in the trees. I don't think he's going to make it out. Oh, he drops the ult. He drops the ult so he can escape. But they X-mark to spot him and clean him out. He's not the only one with a glimpse, right?
Yeah, it is going to be a battle of that, I'm sure.
Oh, Jakiro found something he didn't want. Poor Jakiro.
Oh man, look at that battle.
I have seen the future.
The competition on this team.
The vacuum block of the TP. There was no one there to help him out, though. So Darkseer was not going to go man fight Faceless Void. But the fact that it made Faceless Void run like that tells him he's been doing his job.
Radiant's middle tower is being Dire's bottom tower is in
The composition on this team is looking really awesome because you've got Brewmaster that can just go in there, tank up just a crap ton of stuff, and then heaven forbid he has to ult. And then you've got two huge glass cannons with Faceless Void being able to time lapse in, and then Kunkka who can just sit back and hit something and basically hit your entire team. It's a really a nice thing to actually, you know, if they stagger it out that way and keep playing the way that they're doing, they'll really make a lot of this composition here. Whereas Dire side is you know, a couple casters for CC, and then you know, the rest of them have to really get in close to do their damage.
I think the big thing that they need to rush on the Dire side is Darkseer's at Scepter. If they get the Darkseer's Scepter as fast as they can, those glass cannons can be used against them.
Keep murdering.
There they go. They're trying to take out the supports.
Buyback coming out from the lid. Witch Doctor goes down. The big pop of it. Giant red dragon.
Uh-oh.
Breathing fire everywhere.
That dragon is not caring. He's doing what he can. But Faceless Void coming in, picking off people left and right. Lycan has to ult to get out of there. Dragon Knight not going to be able to escape. I'm almost sure of it. Oh, but he almost gets to pick off. Oh, they might get the Brewmaster. They might get the Brew. Wolves get to work.
So close, so close. Really nice effort to get away from that, but just not nearly enough. That Brewmaster blink is devastating.
Yeah, it definitely allows me to get in there, drop that slow. It's like having an Ursa against you. There's so much damage. Just imagine Ursa with the mischance that Brewmaster gets. I mean, it's just so damaging.
So we have the Shadow Blade on 23 with this Kunkka here. Loving that option. Loving the usability that they'll get out of it here. Haven't seen really much effect being placed on it.
Well, it does a very good job of getting him wherever he needs to be.
Are we about to see a Roshan here? I think we are seeing a Roshan.
I think they're stuck having to do a Roshan. They're losing so many fights back to back, they need to do Roshan. Alright, Jakiro, stay in that pit. Step out, they're gonna spot you.
And this
Love
is the
how
beauty
this
of
zoomed
this
out there.
Roshan right now. They have no idea it's happening. And also, they're not trying to gain any sort of map advantage from not seeing any of these heroes on the map right now. Nobody's pushing tier 1 top.
Uh-oh.
They're kind of pushing mid.
Brewmaster's on the move. Brewmaster sees something. He's going to come get him. There he is. Diving in. Nothing but damage coming out there. They may take him out. Oh!
That was such a beautiful storm and macro pyre into the frozen ice path.
Dragon Knight's got to be careful. He's going to be put in the wrong spot here. He's got to survive this. Dragon Knight trying to stay alive here. Akiro staying alive. Disruptor throwing up everything he can to shut them down. Not able to stop them from coming in, putting the pressure on them though.
Nice vacuum up onto the wall, I might add, to make sure that they get away safely.
Yeah, absolutely doing every bit of his job and trying to shut them down with... Oh, even glimpses him so he can't get away. That was dirty. You have to give him that. One of them tries to TP away, they glimpse him. And now they got Kunkka stuck up on the hill. Uh-oh. Not the place you want to be there, Darkseer.
That was unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Here he comes. Put him back up on the... God, they're enjoying that little cliff for him. They really are.
Disruptor's got ult. If they could pop that out, I think he might be able to grab that kill.
He needs to do something because in 6 seconds he's out of there.
Roshan and the Radiant are both about to find out what happens after you die.
So Roshan goes down. They're in a very good surround here. Problem is, no meat. And Dragon Knight's in mid, moving away. So is Lycan.
Once again, digital sports.
Best chance is to get the Kunkka now.
Haste.
And he should have dropped that a
It seems like
lot
a lot
sooner.
of these fights for the Dire are just really falling short due to mana. Almost the ice path is an extra ice path per fight is needed for them to have some sort of extra survivability. It's just not coming out of them.
The problem with the ice path though is
Radiant's top
it's
tower
really
is being
dependent
attacked.
upon them catching Brewmaster before he can ult. Because once he ults, you drop an ice path and all those little suckers just wander right through it. And he's really not able to utilize it like you would on a normal fight.
That is very true. I mean, he's doing a great job of planting them down, but yeah, I think you're right that that Brewmaster's really taking the cake on making sure that Jakiro's life is a living hell.
Yeah, I mean, Jakiro's picked up a Pipe of Insight. That's going to definitely help. You know, the burn damage coming out of that fire element and all that. But he's still got to survive long enough to pop all that. Here they go. Looks like they're about to lose top tower. Not really much I see them being able to do about this. They've got a Darkseer up here, and Jakiro is moving up on the backside. TP coming in from the Disruptor, but this is a couple of supports against, you know, 5 of their team walking in here. Lycan Wolf is doing a good job of tracking though, so they know what's up here.
Brewmaster did pick up a BKB by the way as well, so
Dire's top
it's
tower
magic
is
immunity
under
on
siege.
him, and then I think this Kunkka is broadsword away
Dire's
from
top
having a
tower has
Chrysalis, and
fallen.
even more damage bursting right out of him.
Yeah, he's got his Chrysalis,
Radiant's
and
bottom tower under fire.
Baseless just picked up his Minior. So, absolutely nothing but damage coming out now. Everywhere they look.
15,000 gold lead and 6,000.
Dire's top tower is being
15,000
attacked.
XP lead for Radiant, 6,000 gold. And it's kind of showing with those items.
Yeah. The experience and gold problems they're having are really starting to show out, and it's only going to keep getting worse unless they can start turning around some of these team fights. I mean, the team fights are really eating them alive.
The bad thing is they're going to continue to, because if they do any sort of macro pyre or what is it, static storm, while Faceless Void has Mjolnir's static shield on, it's just going to devastate them completely. The amount of DPS coming out of that, the number of times that those spells proc in the span of 1 second is just going to completely destroy the dire side.
Oh yeah. Well, what I'd like to see is yet again, like I said, Darkseer get his scepter. Just because the extra damage that dishes out will do wonders for helping him keep that under control. I mean, you add that with the rest of their area effects, and they may be able to take those fights a lot better. You still have the problem of dealing with Brewmaster, but when all the rest of them are pretty much shut down, you're in a good position. Dragon Knight, on the other hand, is trying to out-tank them, and he is able to out-tank most of them. Problem is, he can't hit the Brewmaster. I mean, he almost needs a Monkey King bar.
MKB would be perfect for him, and I know Witch Doctor's about to be an even bigger nuisance at this point because 50 gold away from there.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Grind me down.
It took all three of them. All three of them hammering away took that long to pick him
Dire's
off.
middle tower is being attacked.
Not sure if I really like the Darkseer Blink. I mean, it's very useful, but at the same point, I could see other things being more useful for him.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, Lycan's got the Assault Cuirass, though.
They need right now.
Yeah, a Scythe of Ice would be very nice. It's just very hard for them to farm on the heroes they would normally get it on. I mean, I'd rather Disruptor get his Scepter, too, before he gets the Scythe. Jakiro would be the only one you could even think about getting it on. But he needs to get some other items. He's nowhere near the farm for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think this comes down to making an effective use of each of the jungles. Because, I mean, Jakiro can farm jungles just as well as anybody else at this point. And, you know, now we're starting to see it happen, but it hasn't been happening most of the game, to where this creep kills on Faceless Void and Kunkka now are starting to kind of loom over their heads.
Oh, yeah. The Faceless Void, once he got his Maelstrom, really skyrockets on lane kills. He's able to take out creep waves so fast. It's almost like he just wanders lane to lane, kills them all. Now, Dragon Knight's trying to come around on the backside. He wants to find someone to fight, but I don't think he's going to find anybody. They're running on that mindset they might catch somebody, but Faceless and Lich smoke up looking for the fight. Here they are, they're going towards the woods. They're thinking he's just hiding in the woods, but he's done got completely out of there. He's not even running that risk.
I'm loving this Lycan right now, using the wolves to keep an eye on their problem heroes.
Very effective use for them. I mean, a lot of people think the wolves, you must use them for laning. He's doing a very good job of making sure that they have nowhere they can hide from. No surprises come on him. He can just do as he needs to. We've got a little bit before the next Roshan, but I could see them starting to move over here towards the jungle, thinking about how they want to go after this Roshan when he comes loose. Darkseer trying to keep the pressure on these lanes, just constantly popping around there. The smokes that are just failing. So far, both of them have smoked up trying to hunt each other down, and both have missed finding someone to take out when they smoked up.
So this BKB on Faceless Void now has effectively rendered a great deal of the damage that's coming out of the dire side completely useless for the duration of the team fight.
Oh yes. Now all they gotta do is start proccing him to use it. The more they force him to use it, the safer they'll be. If they can just keep forcing him to fire it off early, they should be fine. The problem is they've got to force that. And he's not playing it safe. Uh-oh. Kunkka is over here looking for the fight. Look at how much damage he just did to that Lycan.
Oh, such a close boat.
I know. Lycan has to be very careful here. He's having a hard time dealing with this fight. Kunkka did so much damage in one shot. Luckily for Lycan, he ran out of mana. Uh-oh, top tower's getting in a little bit of trouble here.
Radiant's middle
They're going to try to come in from all sides here. Not
Dire's
sure if that's the
top
routing
tower
they
is
want to
under
take
siege.
on it. They need to put the pressure on, but unfortunately,
Dire's
all their
structures
carriers are on the other side of the
fortified.
map. I mean, Dragon Knight's
Dire's
just
top
now
tower
coming
is
in on the
being
fight.
attacked.
Lycan's coming up on the backside. They're really just not going to be able to put the pressure on this. Meanwhile, Radiant's just going to back off. Like, okay, we're fine. They'll just fall back,
I think
take
at
the
this
farm.
At this point, I think push is actually needed for them. Something like a Necronomicon would absolutely do wonders.
Yeah, Lycan with a
Just because they
Necronomicon
can't
would be
actually push
beautiful.
into anything.
Looks like he's
on top of
farming
that, there's
for
so much
a...
AoE.
Looks like he's farming towards a heart. I mean, it'll be okay for the
That's
Lycan
really
to have a
missed
heart,
opportunity.
but they really need some push.
Dire's middle
Brewmaster
tower
with
taking
the
damage.
Milner proc.
How many times are you gonna miss?
Let's see. Just so much right-click damage
Dire's
coming out of
top
the few
tower is
heroes they
being
have.
attacked.
Daedalus up on Kunkka now.
Uh-oh. One-shot
top tower is
rampage
destroyed.
incoming. We all see it. Dragon Knight has a Heaven's Halberd, though. I actually like that option with him. It's going to do a lot to help him with the fights with the other tanks. Of course, he has 3 to choose from. Well, actually, you know how useful that'd be if someone does get called in and he's on the outside? Just drop that halberd on him, and there's no problems anymore.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
They want to do this fight. Oh, very nice wall. Goes in there. Dragon Knight is doing what he can to shut this down, but there's that primal split again. Just the damage coming out from that primal
Dire's
split.
middle tower is now but a memory.
And see, they totally shut down the Jakiro there. Dragon Knight's up in the air. Knows he needs to get something done. Just so much damage coming out of this. Not even sure if they can shut it down.
Quite a spree. Own it.
I think we could be seeing there's just not nearly enough damage. There's so much sustain on the Radiant side. This is it's not looking very great.
Disruptor's trying to come in and get him a piece of it. Might get the Brewmaster out of it.
A dominant performance.
Nope.
Taking damage.
Doesn't even get the Brewmaster out of it. There goes the GG. Absolutely awesome game.
Dire's middle tower
Even
is
throws a
now
boat across for the giggles.
Radiant beat the Dire at Dota. But does that mean
Really well played by them. Interesting kind of standard picks with a few one-offs. But yeah, I appreciate you casting with me here.
Oh, never a problem. As always, guys, we're casting over here for the T.H.E. This is the Bounty Hunter Finals. Make sure you check out these sponsors. We've got GameVox, Jank Dota. They're trying to make your Dota experience better. Show some love. We're going to give some love towards the winning team. In case you didn't know who it was, it is the Thundercats. Bum, bum, bum. So, tune in next time. We'll have another tournament coming at you real soon.